Hi, it's party time from the Cultured Swine, and I'm here today with returning guests, Ndu Gabozi. Can you greet, baby?
Oh, hey, am I supposed to say something? You said guests, so I thought you were mentioning everyone.
I
don't know what's in the visual.
Hi, and then I was gonna continue.
Okay, hi. Yeah, his iPhone. Hi.
Nono Mwango.
Popular demand.
And then my co-host finally decided that today wants to come back. Mike Dimba, the captain.
We back.
What do you do, baby?
No, we're here. We're back.
Vandaag, we are going to discuss. It's actually a difficult topic because we don't want to attack these mofos.
The gun.
Them mofos.
We don't want to attack Caucasians, and there's obviously a lot going on when it comes to race in America and here in South Africa. It basically just everywhere around the world where there's Caucasians, there's gonna be racism. So
It sounds so bad, but it's so true.
But yeah,
It's so true.
So today we're gonna be talking about
The caucasity.
the caucasity
Cassidy.
of the cocks in these Model C schools, everyone here has been to a Model C school
And private schools.
and private schools. Well, I think mine was semi-private, and we don't have to mention names but we don't have to mention the names of the schools.
Yeah.
But we can definitely just chat about the experience. So let's jump into it.
What would you say is the most racist thing you'd encountered?
Yes, sis. You want to start there?
Yes, let's peek.
Straight in.
For me, it was this one time where this Afrikaans teacher. So in assembly, you have to line up before you go to the hall.
Mm.
So we were lining up by her class, we were mixed class thingy-majig, and we're lining up. And so this 12 MA, whatever, starts walking towards the hall. Then my class, I'm in the front. We start walking because now they're done walking. This lady literally dragged me back with my school uniform, pulled me back into the line and looked me dead in the eyes. And she's like, "Ex, I'll clap you."
Why?
Because I fucking started walking towards the hall. I have no idea what the hell was going on. I was shook out of my mind, dog. Not even lying. That was my one experience that I'll never forget happened to me at school.
Mind you, there's no reasoning as to why.
There was no reasoning because not I was talking. I know the order is, and when you're going to assembly, everyone gets in a line. You wait for it goes in order. So once this line goes and it's over, then the next line follows. Then the next line follows. So I literally did exactly what is meant to be done, but she done pulled me the fuck back into that line. And looked me dead in the eyes and she's like, "Ex, I'll clap you."
Were you in the front of the line?
I was in the front of the line.
See, I think that's the problem. You're a black person thinking your place is in the front.
Oh, heck.
That's probably where it came from. No, even as a joke, but it's true. Because why would you just know? Because you took initiative. Hey, guys.
Absolutely.
I love that we can talk about it now, but my God.
Yeah, no, and I hate the fact that at that time I didn't do anything about it. I think I went
That's
and I.
the thing, dog.
No,
Even
because
now,
back
when
then you were
talking-
powerless because you were told go to
Exactly.
teachers' rights and you aren't. But
Exactly.
here's
And
the bad
guys,
thing
we
though.
learned how to brush off things that we really should never have.
See, that's
Yeah.
why when you asked the question about the most racist thing you've ever experienced,
Yeah.
I think I've probably experienced a lot, but because I
Literally.
found a way to deal with it, I
Literally.
stopped picking up on racial things.
Literally.
They just fly over me.
Same,
Yeah.
But
he said
unless
the same.
Mbona was okay, now you're trying to be all up in my
Yeah,
face.
yeah.
But I can't think of anything. I can't think of any specific incidents.
Yeah, because
But I was
that
thinking also,
subtle
Guti,
racism was everywhere.
if we had to go back, these people,
Yeah.
the teachers would have a problem, hey? The
Right
schools would
now,
have proper
Yeah.
issues, proper
That's
issues.
always
Yeah,
what I
they
think.
And I think for me, it stems from they know Uguti as African children. We are taught to not talk back. We are taught Uguti an adult is right
So
and
they
I'm
take
wrong.
advantage
They take
of that.
advantage of it because if you see sometimes your peers, those of a different color or those who have a different type of hair texture, because even the other ones think they're so great. They're able to just speak back to teachers like it's nothing.
And nothing
And it's just like,
happens,
I'll call your mother or father, call them, I'll give you my phone now.
And
Bruh.
nothing happened.
When Anje, you know what Anje,
Repercussions.
my parents, no, we're not including them. I'll take whatever punishment you give me. Whatever.
Yeah.
So even that, they got used to it because now I'm also in a varsity. where you once had a white girl just flat out tell the lecturer where to get off. I just debated a few things with you. Why do I want my design to change? I was in the HOD's office. Why? Because they know Guti as black people we're submissive. And the sad thing is, even till this day, you still have parents who are teaching their kids Guti no untom dala gunje gunje gunje. Kanti, what you're doing is you're clipping your child's wings, because when they go into that school where you want them to compete equally, they're at a disadvantage because their friends, your Byrons, your Melissa's Nani, they have maids who look like the kid's mother. Now, do you think that's going to be so fun?
Yeah.
Because the same thing happens when you now take it to the workspace, where a person can't understand why in a boardroom there's a black person telling me what to do. At home, there's a black woman cleaning my toilets. Do you see how it's always going to be? That's what I said, sorry for jumping and going forward, but it's also get off,
it's
off my
once.
chest.
Collect,
It's never going to change.
Yeah.
It's never. We can talk about this till we black and blue in the face. We can do everything we want. But as long as our, I guess, parents still take a bus to go clean a house where their child goes to school with someone who looks like me. Because now Leongane has grown up seeing Mavis or Nuban in a certain way. So now, then you also see the cleaning staff at school. They happen to be black. Now how, if someone is raised in a household where black people were the gardeners, the poor people, the bani, how is that child, if they weren't taught properly, ever going to respect you? Or how is that teacher going to respect you? Because they see it as an affirmative action kind of, not a hire, but, an enrollment. Because, man, that's why they don't want black people in their schools. But because the government's black.
Yeah. I also feel like the systems in these schools are definitely not meant for us. They're not kind to us at all.
They don't cater for blacks.
Yeah, they don't. They don't. Because how are you telling me that, like, our hair is a mess? But like your Melissa and Chantal can come there with like red, purple, blue hair whenever they want to, and it's perfectly fine. And yes, it's fine if school, validly schools were built at a time when they were not catering for us. But obviously, as the time progress and the school progress, the systems are progress. So you can't now be like, oh no, your hair is just unacceptable. It is acceptable because we are in a society where my hair is okay now. Yeah. Back then, you could tell me that and I'd be like, oh, well, the school isn't for me anyway. But now, no, listen, I'm here and you must accept. Like, I hate the fact that we still have to fight.
The problem is, what you're forgetting, when you look at the board of any school,
that's a very tricky one.
That is always an issue.
I've got a parent who used to be on a board of a school that I used to go to, and something that he was bringing up is that black parents don't want to get involved. He was on that board, and he's so proud to say that, like, it wasn't easy. He obviously has a 9 to 5. He had to make time. No one just has time to just be a part of
But here's the
whatever.
thing.
But he was also talking about how he was that person who was there as a representative of black people.
What was the occupation?
He's a doctor.
And you see, that's always. I'm not trying to bash.
Yeah.
But it's always a career thing that's easy. Not easy, but where you can, where you're going to be on call.
Yeah. There's certain things I don't want to say, but like.
But it's always either like a doctor, a lawyer, if it's black people, or the parent.
The
parent is of a child.
It's not because.
It's not because. You can only bring it down to that, guys. I also know black parents from my schools that definitely, I don't even want to call it a luxury. My dad doesn't have the luxury to leave work when he doesn't. No, he will take a lunch break to leave and go do something. It's not that he could do whatever type of thing. There are, like, I think there's also a certain type of accountability that we must take as black parents, because we also know we can't expect white parents to cater for our problems.
But can I say something on that one before I forget it?
We also need, like,
but what you must understand is a white parent don't have a white person who is now a parent doesn't face the same issues as a black parent who's now working, because a white person, dare we say, gets more leeway at work. I'm going to my son's or my daughter's school, I'm a part of the board, sharp. But as a black parent, if you say that at work, your boss who's white is going to be like, we're on a board, what? No, work till whatever time. That's not for everyone. I'm just saying that I think also must understand, Guti, with our parents, I'm not making excuses, I'm just trying to understand.
Of course.
With our parents, they weren't really involved in after-school activities, or they weren't allowed to get involved. So in their thing, they're like, I've sent you to a good school, do what you must. I'll fetch you when I have to fetch you. I'll give you money for you to travel. So it's not necessarily a thing of which they don't want to. It's because they just don't know how to. Because now the white parents come there with their picnic baskets and they do the most. And doesn't know what to do. They doesn't know how to speak to anyone. So the way they see it is, you now know English as my child. Go there and make friends and do whatever you need to do, and I'll chauffeur you wherever it needs to happen. Where I feel like this has to change is when our age group are now parents. There should be no excuses now. But I feel like also we're fighting, we won't get into boards. They've seen what we can do. We talk too much.
But we talk. Where the narrative is headed,
we talk way too much. The thing is, everyone wants a black person who's well spoken, who's respectable. But you must know your place. You must know your place. Don't now outshine. Don't now outshine and outdo.
Definitely not that person.
It's not.
But guys, there's also
But also, guys, also misunderstand. I feel like maybe also our parents have been through so much with that period. They're just tired, man. They're just like, bruh, carry on.
Also, I think it's also cool for us to be able to urge our parents to want to be a part of stuff like that.
No, definitely. But it depends. Now you know your parents. You can't put them in something that they wouldn't do.
Hey, but our parents would also do everything for us, guys.
Granted, but do you want to put someone in a very uncomfortable situation?
Hey, they're grown. They're adults. They can handle themselves.
I just think with the board, like I know at my school, definitely the black parents that were in the boards, the school board, was a student who was super good in the sports. So the parents was in there.
I don't know if you can deduce that from that.
And then the head girl's mother. Head girl's mother, deputy head girl's mother was in there. That's the only, for us, that was the only time we saw black parents in the board.
So you guys had a black head girl?
My sister became deputy head girl and she played hockey for KZN. My dad that was literally years and years and years before. He literally became bored when we got to that school. Before she ever had any potential in literally whatever. And he kept saying he's been waiting, like the whole time they were waiting for another black parent to want to be part of it. They would go and scout people. They would literally ask for people to come be involved in it. Not that they didn't want to and stuff, but it's also like...
I think also if we have to be honest, not necessarily because doctors are free, have the luxury of doing whatever with their time, but if we look at it, like, I know with my parents, I'm sure they would have, I don't know, actually, maybe they wouldn't even have cared to go on a board, but from a point of when I had sports to do and they were never there, it was because, or they'd come like towards the end, is because my mom would have to chill at work till she had to be the last person to leave her workplace as principal.
So she can't now be a part of a board.
My dad is coming from town and like sidlala emhlali, like he also needs to be like one of the last people to leave work. So he also can't be living his best life. Who you gonna tell? Hey, I'm just gonna go watch my kid.
Also, I feel like we are just dodging
it's very hard for
a very like No. There were always those few with parents in the and you know why the kids, because Caucasians, how they went through life so easily in school. You have a family or parents who have heavy pockets.
Yes.
So now you cannot upset this child. This child can never be upset ever.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. Yeah, but if you're going to speak about white privilege, it's also that you had the money to flex. You had the money to make sure your child is uber comfortable. So your child could be like the shittiest human being ever in the school. But because the parents donated a new wing of the school, or they donated a new sports center, or maybe, let's say, so Bang Bang's mom works at some company who's now sponsoring the team, first team, rugby or whatever the case may be. Oh, now untouchable. They could literally burn the school down.
Yeah.
And we'd just be like, we're so sorry that we didn't give you fuel to make a bigger fire. Like, it's... hey, guys. Then obviously the sports.
Yeah.
I didn't play sports because I didn't care for sports. But what I realized is, black people, that's the one time where we were treasured.
Yes. Yeah. Especially
because why? Like it or not, our genes are strong.
Hey, bro.
No.
Amawa cries, guys. Can you just be loud? Can you just scream? This is your time to shine, guys. This is your time to shine, guys. Just please, war cries. Come on, we need you in the forefront for this one. Hi, guys.
The funny thing is, you want our voices to be loud when it suits you, but when we naturally talk and our voices project, it's a problem.
This is not a Tarvan. This is not a
Shabin.
Imagine, you could find a black child who literally was raised in the burbs, has only ever known life in the burbs. I live in Okshin. I've never been to Shabin.
What is that?
Like,
how dare they?
Why? Because it's that whole thing of associating or painting all black people with one brush.
Yeah.
And then there's also the whole thing of there's an issue if your English is not perfect. But if your English is perfect, oh my God, your English is amazing. Yeah, because I was forced into an education system that forced me to learn English. And it's gone to a point where even as amongst ourselves, if I mispronounce a word, it's like, oof. Now I'm gonna... But now forgetting, like what Trevor once said about the whole accent, which we forget that even the black accent is also still an accent.
Yeah.
Where if something's said in French or Italian, it's like, ooh, ooh. But if it's black, it's like, oh my gosh, you're illiterate or you're not smart, you're not clever, none.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that they've sort of built, where they've turned us against each other or turned us against ourselves.
Do you understand the caucasity of these people, bro? They have worked on us for years to a point where like we don't even see our own language,
but that's why, Jay,
accent as
when you speak up, it becomes a thing.
Why was that ever a problem that black girls at schools are hanging out together and
speaking in Zulu?
Why was that ever? Even beside the language thing, the black girls sitting in groups, why was that ever a problem? I don't know about your schools or anywhere else.
Yes, it was definitely a problem.
Why is that a thing? Does anyone have a problem when 25
why are you not sitting?
Always...
Why are you not sitting with the other girls?
Guys, it goes back to...
What's the meaning of that?
No, there's power, there's strength in numbers. A lot of the system requires black people to be divided.
Yeah.
It thrives on you not being kind or cordial to your fellow black sister. As soon as all of you guys are now together in cahoots, as they want to call it.
Why is everyone threatened of us? Shit.
No, it's not everywhere. Like any place. Listen, I'm not racist, I'm just saying. Any place where white people have gone ashore, there've always been people there, but now we've discovered a new place.
Yeah.
Then you steal people's culture and tell them it's wrong.
And now they're making money. They're making money off our damn culture, bruh. Off our damn culture.
And you wonder why they don't want everyone to be together. Imagine, the biggest conversation is, imagine if Africa had one currency. It'll fuck up the rest of the world. The rest of the world will be in shit. If from Egypt
all the way
to Cape Town was all one currency, do you understand what that will mean?
Because it's strength, pedale.
It'll make Africa the strongest continent, even though they've taken everything from us, and then wonder why we don't have, from our natural resources to, I won't even start the slave thing. Your Michael P. Jordan's, Oprah, they're all ours. Those are all our people, but we allow them to harm black American sharp. But one of your ancestors was once running around here.
I like the fact that Mos Def, he spent like how many years living here? Almost deaf, like he left America and was like, nah.
And
he stayed in Cape Town for like, I think
like a couple of years or something.
No, I'm sorry, it doesn't count. Staying in Cape Town, that's basically like in Europe. You're in Europe, you're not in South Africa.
He's not in South Africa, but the fact that like he ditched that place and was like, I need to just...
But he still wanted to stay in luxury, like a safety thing.
Yeah, he still wanted to stay
Because he lives in Durban or in Joburg.
Yeah,
then you'd have been like, okay.
Okay, well, but as much as you guys like, I'm not saying so, but the stuff that they do, but like, how many times you turn a blind eye when you hear your parents or your friends or whoever speak about an Indian person? But
yeah, that's
like, don't you think we do the same thing sometimes to different people?
Yeah.
Like, how many times you let your parents slip?
But what was that thing you were telling me, Nono, about?
I know they do the same thing back to us, but we also do it back.
On how they like to consider themselves black when it suits them. Yes.
Who's just the colors of the Indians?
Both of them.
Yeah, I wanted to know from you guys if you think black people can be racist.
Oh, very much so. We see those posts where it's like you can't be black and racist. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
You definitely can. And it's a
We
thing.
need to cancel that thing.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I think we have come to a point where we are numb to the whole thing, like you said, about an Indian being called a certain name, whatever the case may be. Because some Indians forget that they're Indian and how they think. Like, because they don't talk like this, now go to their, you know what I mean? Because you've probably gotten some hectic racism from an Indian person. It's like, listen, bro, I'll put water in your hair right now, I'll go back home.
Literally.
Just because it's straight right now and you talk, your hair's black. It's not blonde, first of all. Don't think for a second. Because when it comes down to it, bring back apartheid, you're going to be with us, stuck.
Yeah, very true.
So that's the thing with Tene. Stop this thing. Because now what happens is you want the perks of having straight hair.
Yes.
But then you want the BEE tontoni of being black or being considered as being black in the country.
Yes.
And you can't have it two ways.
I feel like everyone kind of does that, specifically with like black culture, guys. They want to be black when it suits them. They want to be into black things. They want to, you know.
Yeah. So, guys, let's just discuss the lack of like interest that these schools have on pronouncing our names. That the people in these schools have on pronouncing our names. What's the craziest pronunciation you've had of your name?
Tricky one. I don't know if it's just, you know, trickiest pronunciation.
By the way, your full name is Nomhle, just remember.
I obviously know what the fuck my name is.
Is it like Nomshle then?
Yeah, Nomshle.
Where did Nono come from? Was it from them or was it from you saying?
From my mom, the day I was
Okay,
born.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We own my nickname. Don't know about your guys. But I know at school, with pronouncing our surname, my sister was always called up for stuff. Mwango was pronounced MNC Wango.
MNC Wango.
Wango.
I wouldn't respond. I'd be like, oh, that's not me.
Bruh. But like also asking, like, can we just call you? Can we call it Mango? Can we just say your surname?
Mango. Yes.
Guys.
A whole fruit.
Oh,
Or is it a vegetable?
It's a fruit.
Oh. These days, fruit's a vegetable. It's just a fruit. Just don't even know. For me, okay, so my name is Nduduzo. Good kids. Oh, then they confuse it with Ndumiso. I don't think it's even confusion. That's just laziness. Like, you know, it sounds the same.
It really
They'd be like, Nduduzo. And my thing's like, why are you adding the I?
Yeah.
Why are you making it more difficult for yourself?
Bro, you're making the name longer.
Nduduzo. Like, no.
Yeah, Incobil.
Incobil.
What? Inside.
Incobil.
But here's where it's so, for me, it doesn't make sense. You live in an African country, right? At the very least, I'm not saying, okay, you should know the language, at least for conversation.
Yeah.
But then, because English, yeah, bro. At the very most, just try and get the names right. Because I know like one or two white people,
with very difficult names.
It's going to sound so bad. Not even that, who speak Zulu so fluently, where if I'm on the phone with them, I'm like, okay, listen, because you're white, ne? Please speak English to me. Because now, I'll give you an example. This one time we were having a farewell dinner for a friend. And this one guy, I won't mention his name, he calls me. Sean Do, I'm like, hey man, I'm like, yeah. Because now all the black people are accounted for. So now, who's this black person calling me now? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then later, I'm like, okay, someone called me. I don't know if they're going to pull through. And then he was like, no, dude, it's me.
Lord.
Now, I don't mean to make it seem like when someone does take the effort to learn the language, it's bad. But it's one of those things that's like, maybe
not too much.
In some places you can, pull through with the Zulu. Not right now. But I just wish, now looking back, I just wish there were more people who, in high school, more so, made the effort to know Zulu.
100%.
I mean, because I think with the language barrier, that's what caused segregation.
Yeah.
Which they seemed like they were against it, but then also at the same time, they were for it.
Yeah.
The white folks wouldn't really care too much about not chilling with the black people. I mean, granted, every white group needed a black token.
Yeah.
The ones who would, especially in boys' school, relax their hair.
Hey, but I come over.
It's like,
Stop it.
okay. And you're like, yeah, bro, freaking awesome now. Like, are you going to rage? Oh, like, all these dolls.
Wait, but have you encountered racism from those black people?
Oh.
In a way, but not as
not
obvious.
racism, but ukubukela phansi.
Because they think they're so great.
Yeah, it's
like
ukubukela phansi just because they get
no, they're acting like a house nigga.
Yeah.
Like, calm down.
Yes,
like, no,
that's
like,
exactly how they act.
No, they think they're so great. Because now you also wear skinny jeans, you only date white girls. When it comes down to it, return apartheid, you're coming with us. You're not that side. When you are there just to make the group seem like they're very...
Guys, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being the if you're going to be the black token of the group, be the black token, but also be yourself.
No, if you're going to be a black token, then your responsibility is to teach them and culture them what to know. Don't now change and be them. Then what's that friendship? No, because what they do there now, they're also not bathing in the morning. It's like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're definitely raised a certain way.
Bruh. Because now it makes when I'm like a friend, just the white token in the friendship.
Also, sidebar, not to say that all white people don't bath in the morning, but I've had white friends where I took a bath at night, then in the morning I have to wake up, they're like, oh my God, I thought you took a bath last night. I'm like, I definitely did, but I was sweating. No, I was sweating at night, so I need to bath in the morning. Oh, sorry, you finished all the cold water, all the hot water, the only cold water. I'm like, fine, I'll go in there cold.
Bruh.
It's okay. I've been to the river.
No, like...
So...
What I'm saying is you're right. If you're the black token, it's your responsibility to teach your white friends then of like the culture.
But then also don't act like you're better than other black people.
Yes.
Just because now you are now the mascot.
Then when I'm with white friends, now I feel weird. I'm here and like there's a black friend there who's not within the squad. It now makes you feel weird. That time it should be chilled. It shouldn't look bad. You shouldn't feel bad.
But you know, guys,
100%.
with everything we're talking about, I think it's very important we don't forget there are those white people who will go out of the way. Let's say we're having a conversation, the four of us, right? Then, like, the white friend will lean over and it's like, okay, so I caught A, B, C, and D, but what was this word? Because for me, it shows what you want to actually know. So, okay, I understand this, but what was this? But then you find someone who's gonna take an interest. You can't live in a place and not know the language. So it's like white people.
No, but that's the thing.
While you're here, you're not going to learn the black language. But as soon as you go to Spain or whatever, now you want to learn.
Back with the and the accents. The language and the accents. Come on,
I just feel like in South Africa, especially like these areas, going to the white school that I've been to, I feel like I've realized these white people have come into a space where it's okay, this Durban North area is our space and we're letting you guys into our space. And that's what they do that's wrong.
First of all,
that's why they don't want to learn our languages, because we're coming into their space and we've kind of not allowed that. Obviously, it's because of apartheid and 990, but right now it's become that situation. Obviously, it's getting better now, though.
I don't mean to start something very hectic, right? Just forgive me. But someone asked, where do white people come from? No. Hear me out.
Isn't it you?
No. Someone said, Afrikaners, you understand. It could have been like Dutch, kind
Britain.
of, German.
Yeah.
What about the non-Afrikaan speaking white people? Where did you come from?
Isn't it Europe? Aren't they Europe?
Yeah, but then originally from more than there, where do you come from? Because you have no culture.
Yeah, that's so true.
You have no culture at all.
On Heritage Day, they dress like us or like Indian outfits or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't. Where are you from?
See, bro, this whole thing needed a white person to buffer it out, just to be like, hey. But the sad thing is, the white friends we have are so down with the soil.
That's what I'm saying.
Or so down with the people.
About to say that.
It wouldn't make sense. You wouldn't get a proper.
I don't want to go on a full
pushback
bashing of Caucasians, because we literally are exposed to the most nicest, most coolest, most down to earth, most like exposed to our culture type of Caucasian.
To a point where you don't see them as white friends,
yes,
you
just see them
who
as
happen
friends.
to be white. The whiteness, you think of it later on.
They're having the necessary conversations. Multiple of them have literally asked where they can go to learn how to speak Zulu. They'll pay for classes. They're just starting to show an interest.
Not even that.
More effort.
About the one time you want to go to the Shisanyama, like in the hood, they're like, oh, let's go.
Yeah, dude, they don't even ask.
I'm the one who's be like, I don't feel safe. Then here's the white person, like, let's go. I'm like,
bruh,
you're gonna be like literally a highlighter. Like, you're gonna stick out. Like, are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure?
They don't care. They don't care. They like to.
But this whole conversation is about those of you who still think Mhlanga is Mshlanga, Mdloti is Mdloti.
But I think if you're gonna live somewhere, you need to know how to pronounce it.
Hey, dog.
If you don't know how to pronounce it, get the fuck out of
But
there.
there are the small changes though. I don't know if you noticed like on, like road signs where they've changed Umhlanga from a capital U to a small U and a capital M.
Yeah.
I thought I was spelling it wrong for the longest time because I realized, I didn't see it. I was like, no man, is it a capital U? But now it's a small U.
It is Zulanga, it's Umhlanga.
Yeah.
So it's a small U and a capital M.
Yeah, because
And
it
they've
used to
made
be
those
big
changes.
U and
Oh, that's why they actually, I'm shla and I'm shla. Imagine living in a place you can't pronounce.
Bruh.
It means you don't belong there. It
That's
means you
exactly
don't
They
belong
literally only know how
there.
to pronounce Belito. Now Con is Belito. Belito. So I don't even know anymore.
A former friend of mine, I say former because she can go fuck herself, once said, you must have a system where, dear white people, you have like a month to learn area names in KZN. Other provinces can give a shit.
Yeah.
Not a bad way, but Bulakwande. But then she was like, we're gonna put you in a line. If you live in Mhlang and you say Mshla, you go into the boat, you go back.
You're going to the boat. Where's
That
that
would be a
boat
wonderful
going?
practice. Hey,
But where's that
dog.
boat going? Because we
Where
just
did it?
established-
Where did it come from?
Come from.
It must go back.
Back,
The
return
same
to
place
sender,
it must
dog.
go. No, I say Polokwane because I don't know other province names. Like I don't know. In Cape Town, I know like your Langas, your Kukuletus,
Yeah,
which are
yeah.
easy to pronounce.
Yeah.
But I don't know about that deeper, like your, Nda, whatever. You know when they say those things, like Mubango.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, but I'm just saying, Uti, if you're gonna live, you don't learn the language, sure, just pronounce the damn place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say Mhlanga. Because sometimes I hear a person say Mhlanga, I'm like, but I shouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
It shouldn't come as a shock to me that you pronounce a
I
place
hate the
properly.
fact. Did you see on Facebook there was that guy that was speaking Zulu, that like Caucasian guy was speaking Zulu with the DJ Tir, I think.
I think I
And
saw that.
everyone
That
like
whole
got
thing,
so
yeah.
hyped over it, and I felt so like ashamed of our people. Uguti shame. This is like something that we're
They don't get
hyped
hyped when we speak English.
Yeah.
That's a bare minimum you could do.
They don't
Like
celebrate and like have a whole fireworks thing when we speak English.
dude.
But
that
then when they
was-
speak few sentences, well, keep the land, take the land.
Hey.
No.
Yeah, that's another
Also,
thing. Stop
to Miss
sharing this
Universe,
guy.
Zozie, what's her name, Miss Universe?
Bini.
Thank you. She was like, yo girl, you've been gone for like what, 3 months? She was doing an interview on radio and she's like, I can't. I'm like, Sissy, wait.
I can't.
You can't or you can't. Like, I just can't.
But no, that's the problem that they have with Trevor Noah now. Even Uguti, he's gone there in America, but he's been there for like a while now. How
for
long
about
has
10
he
years,
now,
12,
yeah.
13 years on and off. But now it's been like 3 years.
officially?
Yeah.
Yeah. So people are having a problem with that now. Uguti now he's also now.
I feel like Trevor Noah
Speaking that
sounds the
language.
exact same as it's always sounded.
I feel like I definitely know for a fact if I went somewhere and lived there for like even 3 months,
Yeah.
I would come back with some shit. I know for
No, I mean,
not-
I'd come back with the to flex.
No, I wouldn't come back. To
I
flex. I just know that I'm
I'd
very
flex.
quick to pick up. things.
I'll bring it with me.
I know I'm very quick to pick up things.
Now I'll be like, I can't.
even when I meet
can't.
I meet new people and like I hear someone say some
start
cool
to pick
shit,
up their
I
lingo.
start to pick up their lingo.
Naturally,
Yes,
so,
yeah. So I know for a fact if I went somewhere, anywhere in the world where there was something different that they were doing that I'm not doing here in South Africa, I would definitely pick it up and come back saying it. And I know everyone would be like, "Aibo, you've only been there for 3 months." Yeah, wow. Wow, I copy paste. I copy fucking paste.
Also, guys, while we're on this whole thing of like,
before I went to Cape Town.
You know what I mean?
this whole thing of like racism,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be, obviously this is an entirely different topic, but I just wondered, like, if people want to be so pro-black,
Yes.
you're going to be so, being black, nan, are we ever going to tackle the weave thing? Or are we just going to let it go?
Eish.
What about the weave?
No, if you want to be so black, if you want to be so proud and black,
Yeah.
why are you straightening your hair? Why do you have a wig on that is an imitation?
You see that comes with now.
Freedom of expression. You can,
yeah. You see that whole pro-black
know.
thing. Masakuba no feminism, no freedom of expression. No, but
many,
there's
like,
so many
social
things.
constructs
Yeah.
building up these.
Yeah. So it's
Because then one might argue, Uguti, if you want to be so pro-black, and then why don't you like the texture of your hair? Obviously, putting a wig doesn't mean you don't like your hair, but it means you putting in a wig, you are trying to evolve for that moment into something that would be deemed
that
better.
you ain't.
But does it mean that for that week or that 2 weeks or that month that you have on that thing that you're now trying to...
No, but why have it on? If you're so anti things that are white or
Yeah.
things that aren't black,
Yeah.
why are you okay with buying 100% human hair from
Peruvian.
a country somewhere where they cut the hair to remove bad luck. You take the bad luck, you put it on, you put the glue on, you even put the makeup to make it blend in nicely. That's my thing.
Because we've been conditioned to believe that those are like the features that, like, you know.
Yeah, but my thing is, if you're fighting to try and make the black thing.
Because are we really fighting those things?
I don't think we are.
I think
we pick and choose what we want to
fight.
Because you find the most, like, the staunchest black power person with a 32-inch.
Yeah.
That it blows in the wind. Like the expensive type.
Yeah.
The type only your sugar daddy can buy for you. I don't care how much money you have.
Yeah.
It requires like a sugar daddy kind of finance to pay for it. But you're okay with having that.
I think it depends.
But you want to fight on like a mandala.
I feel like it depends on the situation. Because I was looking at a thread the other day, especially about especially about hair, and this girl was like, okay, well, and I'm pro-black and everything, but sometimes le weave or this wig helps. Because as soon as I go into a meeting for a new job,
you're more
they're
respected.
not going to take me seriously with my natural hair as much as that. So I need to put on that wig for me to get that job, for me to be professional. And then once I'm inside, I can start fighting.
That's fine. Thank you.
Once I'm inside, I can start fighting.
Because someone even posted, if you look at professional hairstyles on Google, they put white people.
They put white people,
If they show unprofessional, they show a black man's dreads or hair and a black woman's hair. It's like, how fucking dare you?
Dog.
Like, excuse me. It's why, because now, when a black woman has money, she goes to a white designer. She gets the weave or the wig. And when she goes in there, it's like, I'm not going to have blonde hair. Also, sidebar, if there's anyone who rocks blonde hair better than white people, it's black people. Just put it out there. Yeah. If you see a black woman in a blonde wig, oh my God. It's like, excuse me.
I'm trying to think whenever I've seen that.
It looks so much better.
Yes.
It looks next level.
Yes.
Goes to show, guys, this pigmentation thing going on here.
It does wonders.
But that's why they don't like us. I think we're too dope in too many things. Yeah,
we do too much.
There's things that they can't do and look good in. But Tina just again. Fuck up. One time.
I hope you put subtitles what you said.
I don't put subtitles.
I found some big racist mhlolas that you guys need to hear. Big racist mhlolas that you guys
What's
need to hear.
What's in English? A yay?
A tragedy?
A
tragedy. So.
Oh wait, here's the mark. Take the mark.
Have you guys seen the big movements from like DGC and all these other schools?
Yes, we happen on it.
Yeah, so this is one of the things that happened. So this girl says, I will never forget last year when we were lining up for practice assembly for colonial disguised as traditional assembly things. A certain teacher literally yelled at a little girl in grade 8, if I'm not mistaken, for hiding her, that red string?
Yeah.
String? She hid that under her watch. Already the fact that she had to hide it says a lot.
Says lots, bro.
She literally yelled in front of everybody and said, you better cut that thing off before the end of the day or I will. When I read another thread, apparently she did make her cut it off.
Yeah.
And make sure that she put it in the bin so she couldn't go home and reattach it.
Unamanga.
So, man, that goes beyond racism.
Can I, you know what it is?
Religion for them.
Oh, guys.
Can I tell you where it's bad for me?
Anything.
It's like with us, black people, in this panda.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, how do you have a school, for example, in KwaZulu Natal, and not understand the Guti? Not all of us are uncultured. Some of us have deep-ass cultures. Yeah. Your culture is, I guess, some Mhlanga village. I don't know. Like, that's as far as it goes. No hate to the people, I'm just saying. And, like, if there was some Sebenze Kai, or what do you call it? A function. What's a mcimbi? A celebration. I don't know.
A traditional religion.
A traditional. Dun. Why are schools? For me, I don't always blame the schools, right? It's also the government. That's why the government should come in and be like, no, you cannot discriminate against Indians for having that, or Muslims for covering their heads or having their beards. For us, we had, but I'll tell you something about the Muslim people here in our school, where our teachers would be like, no. Like this one time, guys, I shit you not. So now, obviously the Muslim, because I went to an all-boys school, they had to have like the beard, right? Sharp, it's your religion. Like, hey, do your thing. I know their beard grows nicely. Hey, but this one time, this one guy came to school. This beard was trimmed to the gods, hey? Like, the beard was full, but it looked like this guy came off like a photo shoot.
Yeah.
And they're like, we said you can trim it and have it in a normal way.
Yeah.
No one said now be out here. Because I'm telling you guys, it was fading over here, it was fading here, it was fading in the back.
But like, he wants to be held.
Like, he went full, like, he went all the way with it.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't find a problem with it. I was like, hey, listen, if you're going to do it, because you have to, if you want to still embrace it and make it, why not?
Yeah.
I hated the fact that the teachers had problems with it, right? Then you'd find that I don't know if the kid had to leave school, but there was once a kid who came in with dreads because his family believed, because his father had dreads, mom had dreads and stuff, and obviously they wanted to like put him in a good school.
Yeah.
Then they're like, no, it's not uniform. The uniform thing is very not African. You want us to look like people who can't, like they always say, guys, our hair defies gravity. Our hair you can do anything with black hair. Like, it's strong. So now, if you're going to fight that all the time, I understand, okay, Shab, if it's now out here being like a 30 centimeter afro, you're going to be blocking someone. But let her have a fro and then tie it up in class.
Yeah, something.
Like, something like, why must it always be cut? Or why? And then when she does have like a straight back, it's also still a problem.
Yeah.
Why? Because her hair looks dope. Like, what do you want? Must everyone? Because at the same time, guys, here's the thing, right? When a black woman has long hair, it's a problem. She looks good. Put her in short hair, she looks fire. Still a problem. Like, what on earth do you want? So you want everyone to look like, I don't know, brother.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
We also had a girl in our school who came, and she, her dreads were like long, and they were blonde even. And she, I think, what is it, Rasta?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was her belief thing. Goob. So they were like, okay, fine, if this is what you have to do with your hair. Obviously, it's not uniform, but bring a letter. She brought in a letter, but they still kicked her out of the school.
You know why? They probably thought that the letter, I think the letter was for them to buy time to, like, sort of have a conversation about it.
Probably. I don't know what the letter had said, but like, she did bring in a letter.
Because here's my thing, right, guys? We advertise South Africa as being such a diverse country, you know, a rainbow nation. That's a problem. We out here coloring different colors. That's the more. No, I get that. But also my thing is, what do you lose from for letting like someone with dreads keep them needs? Like, what do you lose from that?
Black people should not look appealing to white people, and that's just that.
Well, we don't want to be appealing
in any factor at all. You should
We're
look
not
as
here
normal
for
and
them.
But the sad thing is, if we're gonna put in like the Kardashians, for example, you know, because they stay just taking black culture when they want to.
Can we trade lastly, please?
Right, take one.
Listen, I love me the Kardashian Jenners, but let's be honest, they have taken from the black people as much. You know, Courtney's the only one. Courtney's the only one. I'm like, you know what, when you low-key kept to yourself because you're like, I'm not going down this train, excuse the pun, but everyone else did.
Right, even the mom, all the way. I'm sure now.
But I'm saying,
Caitlin's about to hop on that train.
But guys, it's the same thing with in high school. Girls were told you can't have like straight back extensions. No, you have these white girls. Now they have like, excuse me, no.
Multicultural appropriation. No, I'm just embracing.
You're not embracing shit. Embrace your own thing.
Embracing back in high school.
Embrace your own thing. I'm so sorry. Embrace your own thing. And I know it's gonna sound bad. It's, you know, keep to yourself, do your own thing, because that's not really the aim of even this conversation. But you can't pick and choose what exactly it is you want to embrace.
And then,
you don't embrace my culture. You don't embrace my way of life. Jan van Riebeck didn't embrace how we lived. No, guys, we were first told to go to you can't just walk barefoot. It's barbaric. And now there's articles on how walking barefoot is good for you. We know. We have known. But you came and you told us, Gucci, we can't walk around like that. We're like, you know what, guys? The light-skinned person has spoken. We cannot carry on like this. We used to
walk around nude and shit. Now
it's very sexualized.
Now there's literally nude beaches. There's this and this where you can go and be nude. How, Sway? How? Yeah. Guys, I don't know what I need, but like I just need to sit with some Caucasians and just really just like dig deep in this conversation and just understand their caucasity on the real though.
Caucasity.
No, on the real.
I can't get over this word,
caucasity. I think this
it's
is
amazing.
It just yeah. I think this is not even a conversation about like the trauma that we face as black people in Model C schools anymore.
It's just daily, or like even afterwards.
I think it's just.
Do you know someone put something on
for them to just do things
on Instagram
with disregarding abanye
abantu. But I'm waiting for a time when black people like get installed in them that we literally carry the stamp.
It's gonna be a long time. We are very divided. They were able to divide us
and sell it back to us.
People can get back into the we own the shit
and sell it back to us.
Imagine going to a white-owned what's this clothing store and seeing like sure. You're like, whoa, what?
Sure, there is somewhere.
No, it exists. But I want to say on what you guys are talking about. You know, someone posted, if you don't understand, I would try and find it, but I'd rather not because. Anywho, and one of the things he posted in terms of if you want to know what it's like to be a black person, one of the questions you ask yourself is, oh my God, I'm so attracted to him or her, but is he or her interested in dating a black person?
Yeah.
The fact that you have to think that far.
Emotional trauma and
like you're attracted to someone. Because I think a lot of us, like, let's be honest, okay, we see color at home. Like, let's not fool ourselves, we all see color. There's no things not seeing color. Yeah. But for me, for example, I've been between grade 1 and grade 12, I went to 7 schools. Yeah. So at some point, I end up not seeing you for your race. Yeah. But I just, okay, that's Ryan. Okay, that's Trevian. Okay, that's whoever. Like, whatever the case may be. And then I'm like, okay. But then obviously I saw that you're Indian or white. But I never let that be a defining factor. Yeah. Even though at home they're like, oh, Indians or oh, white people. Yeah, what kind of thing. But it's very difficult being a person who doesn't necessarily see color with everything. I know there are times where I'm like, no, the ratio of black to white is not in my favor here. I'm not going here. Yeah, but for example, Mhlanga Village, I think twice when I go there. I'm like, guys. It's like, no. Boy, you even said schmuck. Even that on its own, shit.
I say schmuck, but I don't fucking vibe to the village.
Yeah, but even when people want to go there.
Yeah. You know I'm down with the Caucasians, dog.
Yeah, when people want to go there, I'm just like, wait.
That's caucasity level.
Why are we going there? Who's there? What's going on? What are we doing? Then I get there and there's like, for every one black person, there's like 20 white people. I'm like, shit. Because, listen, no, guys, some racist white people don't need you to say anything. Just by looking at you, they're ready to start something. It's hella uncomfortable. Like, I'd rather go to Davenport to Florida. Because no, Florida, we own Florida.
We own that place.
But it's just one of those things where it's like, for me, it's like also, I would like Naselokshtin to be a safe place for Abelung. Not only Oyadin, you go there because you want to take pictures, you want to do whatever the case may be, but you know when we were with the white person in Lokshin, we try and compensate and trying to. But when I go to the village, it's just like at all. No, I think though what works in their favor is the fact that it's like for me, a friend of mine who isn't totally northern, was like to me, oh my God, Ndu, I can't believe you speak to white people like that. Washing his Zul. I was like, I'd be so scared. I'm like, I don't see a white person to be feared because from kindergarten, from grade R or 000, whatever they call it now, I was cussing with white people. I was learning to walk with white people. I was out there in kindergarten drawing in the circles with white people.
But how crazy is that all of that with white people, but you still don't have the same, what is it? Privileges, or you don't have the same...
Oh, it'd be like that always.
Or you don't have the same, what is it? Fighting field. What is it?
We understand you.
Yes.
That thing of it's not the opportunities. It's not going to be the same.
Never.
Hey, bro.
Literally.
But you know what the thing is? Guys, can I just...
go. You've been here with them.
We have to get to a point, in my opinion, we have to get to a point where we realize, Uguti, we have a black government on paper only.
Literally.
Fight me on this, Ramaphosa. You're a businessman and your side hustle is presidency.
Yeah,
but it's
that's
fine.
Very true. I've always said this, Nam.
And this is why, guys, I was also like, no, Zuma must go. Now Zuma's gone. I'm like, Zuma, come back. Come back, Baba. I didn't hate you all the way. I 20% didn't like you because apparently you stole money, but everyone steals money. Booyah, you know. But it's one of those things where it's like you realize, Gucci, I think we must actually get to a point where we start supporting black businesses, start pushing that whole narrative. Because 100%. I'll give an example. I don't fear her. Well, unless, for example, Mom Keys. Mom Keys' go-to designer is a white man. A white man who allegedly isn't totally fond of black people. Allegedly, so I can't be sued. I heard. No. Wendy Williams told me, if you say allegedly, you're good. You're good. But even that, like, even if that wasn't the case, there are so many talented black designers out there. I'm not saying it for myself. I'm saying there's so many. But what is it about? Why is it when black women have money, they automatically just fly to like a white service provider? Someone even wrote this one time, Nguti. When a white person has been burned by another white business, they don't go to any other business. They will go and try other white-owned businesses. When a black person has been burned by one black business, they go straight to the white business. And you wonder why black businesses don't have as much experience or they aren't as, granted, black people can be lazy as fuck. I will not lie. They expect to be given things. They expect handouts. I'll be the first to say it. I've seen it happen firsthand. Yeah. But how on earth do you expect black people to end up getting to a place of prosperity or a place of equalness? Such a word, Oxford. If you don't give them a chance.
Yeah. Guys, but black people have got a lot of work to do on themselves and our own communities. Because at the end of the day, I'm always just saying we cannot expect certain types of respect. We can't expect
if we don't
opportunities from any other race other than ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
when
definitely.
Indians bring one another up. Not even Indians. I know we see it a lot in Indians, but every race is always there for one another.
Bruh, they'll build a company, won't in the company, even if it's not in the high managerial position. Literally. But
guys, I have seen white people.
Everyone's saying, guys, just from now, start to just only support black businesses.
No, it's not gonna work.
Are there enough?
Not even that. Are they for me, it's like, let's say when...
let's work. Let's have those conversations. Let's work on it. Like, there's no need to
guys,
just throw
for me, it's like, support black businesses, sharp. But only those who actually do good work. Yeah. If you can't find what you're looking for, go to a white business. It's fine. I'm just saying, Wuti, can you first stop?
If you can see what's wrong or what's failing in this business,
do something.
This is why, for example, was it Ricky Rick or someone who got in? I'm like,
celebrities. This is another chapter.
So then he was even invited to like a Gucci show, Louis Vuitton show, because he was head to toe. They liked him, whatever the case may be. So you and your AKAs sing about Versace or Versace. So why don't you sing about local brands or just wear local? Because my thing is, you complain then when people bring celebrities from overseas, musicians. Bitch, I don't want to watch you. I want to watch Rihanna. I want to watch Kendrick. I want to watch other people because I don't feel what you're giving out, because more than anything, you don't support local. Yeah. So you want local to be supported when it's going to be beneficial to you. Yeah.
But
you don't wear local designers. You guys are out here,
What was it again?
No, basically on how they want us to support them with their music and everything and their shows. But when it comes, once they get the money from us, because we're watching, they go overseas to your Louis Vuittons, your Fendis, your Pradas, your money. And it's like, okay, then you want to come back and try and make me buy whatever you're selling.
Yeah.
Like apparently at some point, Ukotin person was selling Ivesti for 700 or 600 rand. It's like, how on earth? Weren't you like invited to like a Gucci fashion show at some point? Right. No, go to Gucci. Mind you, those brands couldn't give a shit about Africans. Couldn't give a damn. But then you're out here, Fendi head to toe, Gucci head to toe. Why don't you support local brands? Yeah. Push local brands.
I wanted you to talk about this because I also know I don't want to talk shit about but I don't really care about influencers and stuff. Yeah. Like, I also don't know about them. Yeah. I can't say they're not doing this because I don't know. I don't look into them. I don't follow their lives. I'm sure there's things that they're doing that I don't know about. Yeah. But our celebrities, guys...
Our celebrities
need to cancel celebrities. They lack, I don't know. It's very
support,
big to say. I don't want to say that, but they're just not hopping on enough stuff. Yeah. Guys, when you're a celebrity, you have an influence. The gender-based violence thing is very fucking... It's breaking our hearts right now. It's very close to our hearts. But just in general, when we're hopping on trends and stuff, I don't know how often...
They're the most
Can I tell you why?
They're the most silent motherfuckers, bro.
I only follow a certain number. That's the thing.
Can I tell you why I saw this happen the other day?
I don't want to say too much.
Mihlali, Mihlali, what's a girl?
Yes.
Beautiful, gorgeous.
Yes.
She had said, someone had posted, would say, hey girl, like don't speak too much about these things, these topics, because it might hurt your coin.
Yeah.
And Mihlali was like, no, you're not going to tell me what I'm going to post. Because if my people are in a certain situation, I'm going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But then you get the, yes, darlings of this world. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Who are quiet.
The silence, guys.
That's the last time we heard her speak.
Yeah.
But
Women now we're talking
because
about
they are very calculating. White people can speak, white celebrity can speak at anything, and it's
About
fine.
anything and say the most shittiest, even if it's racist, even if it's like.
But because our black
accurate,
celebrities
they'll say
are in
anything.
cahoots with cell phone,
no,
like with
cahoots,
networks, and they're with car brands and alcohol brands, they want to keep quiet. And then they want to speak only when what? Global Citizen calls them.
Yes.
Now you're out here like, I do. Hey, what's I'm so bad. That's a good thing. Right now, I'm just like, hi. How's about you remove the makeup from your face and speak what you really want to talk about?
No, guys, honestly, it
I'm
sucks.
missing that authenticity.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
They
The only
don't
authentic
exist.
person who's famous that we know is Ufigile Mbalula and Begi
Oh my
Cele.
God,
There is no
that's
other.
my God.
They're the only two
Figile
people who
Mbao.
speak.
Figile and Bow,
Who speak the truth.
A nigga, younger and fair.
About that guy, guys. About that guy. La baba, la put. Futasino baba, la put. Ah man. Hey, but they must swap seats with the president for a moment.
I don't know what it is. I hear what you're saying, Uguti, because they have all these contracts that they. Yeah, in the house. Because of all these contracts that they have, like signed to whatever, that they can't say what they really feel. But guys, come on, at least try to find a way, worm it in there in a certain way, bro.
Why try worm it in? Why isn't that what you're like there for?
But also why are you signing up? Why are you signing up into things that can't make you speak your voice? Why are you not
Can we
signing
talk about,
your voice?
first of all, coconut kales?
Nice. Oh God, guys, I'm fucking obsessed.
Love that girl.
I am obsessed.
Coconut
Bruh,
kales.
she is calling. She's basically she does this whole comedy thing. She does videos where she almost she's not necessarily mocking the white people, but she's making fun of white privilege. You know, where she be
And
like,
she speaks in.
It's just
African accent.
no, in English.
very Caucasian.
Very Caucasian way.
Yeah, but what I like about her, bruh, she was calling out like her school, St. Anne's or whatever the case may be. And like a lot of people are now speaking up, but apparently there's a school which apparently did a release. So if you speak about systematic racism in our school, you will get a call from our lawyers. And it's like,
how does
for the fact that you're actually telling me not to, that means you know there's been something you've been doing.
Yes. And my biggest thing was like, why our local schools so silent? You have black students in your schools.
Excuse me, my former school is on their third black head boy. Even this year, 2020, there's a black head boy, but shame they're very nice white people. Shame in the officers. I'm not sure about the teachers, but the office people are nice.
They did release a letter. I don't know what it said.
And letter?
No, they released like a thing on Facebook.
I want you to put a full-blown poster in front of the school.
But they were like, oh, we see the things that's happening with the Black Lives Matter. Just make sure that like your information is all accurate if you're gonna be.
Well, if I went to the school, it's gonna be accurate according to what I experienced.
Yeah. And they were like, because they saw that on Facebook, they were being called out for the racism that their former students,
here's the thing, guys.
Experienced that they.
What I like is, guys,
just like take
just let it chill.
Understand where it's stemming from. Like people are literally crying out. Why do you need to go in defense mode? Schools
That's
are
the first
literally
thing they
crying
always
out. If you can't even get to that place where you're trying to hear them out to be sincere with their like emotions and stuff, and you just want to call back at like this is wrong because problematic.
They said that like if we're seeing that people are calling us out on Facebook or on social media for the racism that they experience at our school. If you're one of these people, please feel free to come forward and tell us about this, and we'll handle it. You didn't handle it accordingly when I was at your
guys,
school. Why now when I'm formal are you gonna handle me? Alright, guys. Okay.
Like, some of you guys really don't know how nice it is here. Ndu is having so much fun. Who's for me is doing the most. No. I got caught up between your real name and your nickname.
What's her real name?
What's yeah?
Oh,
come on, guys. Come on, guys.
I'm 13, 14, I'm
As the co-host, it's nice to be back. But Okuluwazi with this racism thing, guys, like, we all need to do better. Like, white people, black people, we all need to, like, get shit
Indian
going on.
colored.
And black people, we didn't speak about that on how, like...
Because we're not them.
I mean, not that we're not them, but, like, South Africa is not a rainbow nation. It's a zebra nation. It's a constant war between black people and white people. Yes. And they're not doing the most for coloreds, Indians, whatever.
Yeah.
And as black people, there's a lot that needs to be said. Yoguti, you're racist if you can't accept people from other countries as well. Like xenophobia... You're not a normal person. You can't be choosing what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, thank you. It's been the Cultured Swine. Came here, shared our opinions. Oh my God. Love being here back home.
It's been.
Thank you, Spume.
Away. And guys, please continue to follow, subscribe, comment on the Cultured Swine and on Deeply Rooted channels. Love ya.
Say who you love. Who you want to see more often.
It's not going to be Nono.
Honesty is literally, it makes the
Bye.
Love. Bye.
Okay, sure. RadioDR.co.za